So, hi everyone. For today, we'll welcome you to our group project for our reflection. So, basically, we'll be answering random questions about our experience in the math and modern world. I'll click on a number from the PPT to reveal a question, then answer it first, and then one of my group mates will share their perspective as well. Let's get started. Okay, so, ayan. Choose a number na lang.
Okay, I'll choose a number na lang. I think number 5.
Okay, number 5. Okay, madali lang yung question. Name 3 words that describe your experience in this course. So for me, yung first 3 words na naiisip ko is challenging, kasi syempre it's math. And then eye-opening and practical, kasi you learn different lessons then that you can apply sa real world about the others. Maybe
Oh,
Jessica can start.
okay. For me, first would be unpredictable because it's math. And then second, it's strategic. And third would be applicable because it's math in the modern. Okay, next.
The 3 words I chose were interesting. Well, I don't really have an explanation for that. Math is interesting. Difficult math and goaded because of our professor.
For me, the 3 words that piqued my interest were insightful, demanding, and dynamic.
Okay, so different, very different 3 words. So for the next question, choose na lang. Maybe Frankie,
I choose number 3.
number 3.
Yes.
Okay, so what are your views on learning the concepts discussed in this course? Are there topics or concepts that are too easy or too difficult to understand? So, I'll answer first. To be honest, medyo nahirapan ako kasi there's this topic called linear programming and mass inefficiency or for efficiency, because for me it's that parang traditional math. It has numbers and then graphing, and also figuring out the optimal solution can be very tricky to visualize talaga. And you have to carefully analyze the constraints, then plot feasible regions and determine the maximum or minimum values. And I find it overwhelming at first kasi I'm a humanista, so math is not really my forte. But meron naman akong topics that I found easy, which is the logic and proportions, because it's just logic and I could follow the step or the reasoning step by step. That's it for me.
To be honest, every math topic was very difficult for me. Like Audrey, I am also a humanista, so I'm not very good at math, but math in finances really stood out to me as one of the most difficult yet eye-opening topics, because I'm not gonna lie, even simple formulas like those of interest or for budgeting, they kind of confuse the hell out of me, but they can really reveal the long-term effects of our choices, and they can also help us with realizing that financial math isn't just numbers, that it's a guide for managing money wisely and planning responsibly for the future.
Okay, so I'll go next. My answer would be the hardest would be the gradient descent or like the optimization because it moves beyond just solving, but it's only looking for a single correct answer, which is the best possible answer under like highly restrictive conditions. And of course, I'm also a human student, so like I'm a humanista. So obviously, I don't hate math, but math is not my forte. So like for me, that was the hardest, but most of the topics were also hard. And then the easiest topic will be math as a language, I guess, because I kind of had like a background during my SHS about it, so it was easier to understand compared to the other topics. So yes.
So for me, I found the voting methods in decision sciences that were easier since they reminded me of just everyday decisions that I would make. And for me, the hardest was probably transportation problems for mathematics for efficiency because it was just like planning a delivery route with multiple errands sort of at different times. So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, for the next question, choose a number na lang. Again, maybe Michael can choose kasi siya nang di nakakapili.
We can do number 1.
Number 1. Okay, very long question. How can you apply the concepts you have learned in this course to your field? Like, for example, science, engineering, education, liberal arts, economics, computer science, and business. So again, I'll answer first. So basically, for me, mathematics strengthens my work in the liberal arts or sa field ng social work kasi yun yung, I mean, that's what I chose na maging field ko. By helping me understand the patterns in human behavior through reasoning, interpret data from communities, and also communicate insights clearly when supporting clients. It also makes me responsible sa financial decisions kasi there are topics like budgeting and planning, which is really important for me as someone na mag-work, and also in guiding my clients if they need my help when it comes to budgeting or planning. And lastly, by using math to analyze, measure outcomes, and improve efficiency in programs and services, I can make better decisions talaga and become a more effective, organized, and confident worker or social worker kasi I know my topics and I know how to help other people na rin.
So I'll go next. I found myself realizing that mathematics is an essential thing, especially in the modern world, as it is not just an academic subject, but as per computer science, every technology advancements via the security online and communication is to, build, and also like the building of AI. These are like great examples of successful mathematical models that can help us, solve future problems of our time. Yeah.
As someone who's aspiring to become a lawyer, math kind of became a practical tool for me instead of something useless that I would be able to use in law because my old mindset used to be, what am I supposed to do with math during trial? Am I supposed to equate the hell out of them? But now it helps me with applying logical reasoning and interpreting the data of society as a whole. And communication becomes a lot easier because of what math provides me with. It allows me to be more organized and more stable in clear thinking because it creates a environment in my brain wherein I have to think clearly and concisely and within the bounds of being able to apply a lot of logical things.
So for me, mathematics is a way to organize complex situations into clear steps. Where I'm analyzing, social issues, planning projects, it just gives me tools to measure the impact and compare stuff easier and make decisions that are better overall.
Okay, so we can realize no, that from our answers that math is not just numbers. We can apply it talaga sa real world and even in our fields. Okay, so down to 2 questions left. What would be the next question? So, ako na lang pipili kasi ako na lang din ako pili. I'll choose number 2 na lang. Okay. What particular concept struck your attention most in your modules and explain why? For me, yung linear programming. Kasi kanina like tawag dito, 'di ba I said na I was having a hard time with that topic. So it caught my attention kasi it's hard and I know na it will challenge me. Also yung Königsberg bridge problem, like sa math and efficiency, I think, or in finance, basically yung my bridge. It stood out to me kasi it showed a real world problem, like figuring out a route across a city or different bridges, and you can solve it by looking at patterns and connections rather than just yung traditional math na trial and error or magso-solve. Ayun, for me. Okay, sa iba naman, guys.
Okay, I'll go now. For me, what caught my attention was the Nash equilibrium that was illustrated by the prisoner's dilemma, which can prove na rational individual self-interest does not always guarantee good outcomes. And then challenging the intuitive belief that smart and strategic decisions will eventually lead to societal optimization. I don't know, it's part of math in decision making, I guess. I think, as far as I can remember. But yes.
One concept from math as a language that struck me most is the idea that multiple mathematical symbols can create a universal form of communication. A single equation can summarize an entire idea that would take several sentences to explain in words. This ability to condense complex thoughts into simple, universally understood universally understood equations and symbols shows just how powerful math is as a language.
The concept that stood out to me was the fractals, since it just sort of piqued my interest that certain patterns can explain certain phenomena like coastlines, tree branches, and it just made me realize that math can really uncover stuff that's really hidden or what just looks random.
Ang ganda ng mga sagot nyo, guys. Very insightful. Okay, so last question na lang, which is, I think, yeah, question number 4. Okay, ito na. Is there a particular concept or knowledge that you suddenly became more curious about that you now have become interested to learn on your own? What is it and why have you become interested in it? For me, the truth value of propositions, it's part of the math as a language. And for me, I'm very curious about it kasi you can apply it talaga sa pag-assess ng real world problems, and also it helps you think more clearly and logically kasi there's reasoning involved. Another one for me is yung again, like yung kanina ko pang mention is yung linear programming with the same reasoning na its difficulty made me want to spend more time understanding it and practicing the traditional math or the numbers and then graphing. So, para maintindihan ko talaga siya and not just a topic na tinuro lang nung, like, for example, ngayong college nga.
Okay, as for me naman, I've become more curious of the Shannon entropy from mathematics and communication science, communication technology. Because it doesn't just measure the meaning of information, pero it's unpredictable. And I guess kasi in our course now, it's like, as Sir said, he only discusses the basics, but he doesn't really go further into it. But I feel like once you get further into it, it gets more interesting. And I want to get to know more about this because I want to see how it works. And yeah.
I don't have a particular concept or knowledge that I became curious about because I kind of just want to learn and understand everything. Firstly, I didn't really absorb most of the knowledge during my time in mathematics in the modern world. That's why I plan on understanding these lessons in the long run because I think it really helped me if I try to focus my energy in understanding all of the concepts and lessons because I'll reiterate it, I'm not really fond of math at all. So
For me, I became curious about error detection in communication technologies because it showed how math ensures accuracy in digital systems. I also want to explore how these codes can prevent mistakes in everyday tools like in our messaging apps and other related apps.
I think that's it. Okay. So that's it for our reflection output or reflection video. Thanks, guys, for participating and really putting your insights in this discussion. Again, even though some topics were challenging, like yung linear programming ko, math in the modern world still showed us na math can help us think clearly, solve problems, and really apply knowledge in real life and even in our future careers. Kahit na hindi natin in-expect since our career is mostly nasa humanista side or sa art side, not in the science and technology stuff. And that's it. We hope to inspire you sa insights namin and sana ma-enjoy nyo yung math in the modern world. That's it. Thank you!